Alright, so we're recording now, so it's time that we should probably do some work. We are gonna go get some pizza.
Oh! Okay.
Not actually, I'm sorry.
That's why I want to go.
Oh, that reminds me of
Wait,
the
I should
last
say
night
this
all
one.
I talked about was Sbarro.
Yeah.
Do they have a Sbarro close to them, or what? Or yeah, there's one in the plaza down near them, right?
Wait, who won? 1A, 2? Which one?
3A one. 3A and 1A were tied up, and then I actually let 3B back in the competition because 3A and 1A kind of sucked on one day. And then 3A pulled it out. Everyone but like 3 students turned in their homework. So they will have probably not a pizza party since you guys can have pizza every day. We'll probably do like an ice cream sundae party.
Yeah, but if you get like actual pizza,
Excuse me.
it's a different experience than school.
All right. So the offer I have for
We
you,
can eat ice cream too because that's what
the offer I have for
You should
you
get salad.
is that we can probably get through this lesson in like 20 to 30 minutes,
Let's do it.
and then either do your homework or play a game or hang out or
Yeah,
whatever.
So let's do it.
Alright.
Let's do it.
You always have to do
So, to celebrate their victory, the girls' ice hockey team is going to get pizza, and they have ordered 2 different sizes of pizza. The goalie eats half the pizza with a diameter of 50 inches. I need us to write out the work to support what area of pizza she ate and what length of crust was eaten. If at any point today you want to draw a circle, remember that there is the circle tool, but I am first going to do this so that this can be space that we write in. So if we would like a circle to support our work, there's a circle.
I don't want a circle.
Okay, well, do whatever you want then.
Please do it in your best.
Why do you care about the quality of handwriting?
I mean, shouldn't you care about the quality of everything?
That's true.
Well, if you're complaining about the quality of the pizza here.
Because handwriting quality doesn't matter.
Okay, so the radius is
Ow.
10.
What?
I hurt myself.
You know what that number is, right?
I can tell what that number is.
So then it's-
Now, wait a minute. Make sure that we realize we're going to leave our answers in terms of pie.
Yeah, of course.
Like pizza pie.
Okay.
Haha.
Hee hee. Haha. It's a
Why-
math joke.
Okay.
Okay.
Pi squared is the total.
Well, unit squared.
Unit. Yeah.
Yes, that totally says units.
I'm gonna
Well, it doesn't
sit on
say
this
squared
thing.
anymore. Okay, you can go back to it.
Now I can't see anything. So all you
You
can
made
do
it
is
too
just
thick, Jake. Yes. Yeah,
Why are we dividing it by 2 again? Oh,
Because
yeah.
half the
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get
pi. And then that's just 10 pi. The
10
second
pies,
part is
that's a
just
lot of
10
pizza.
pi.
it. So what is?
Sorry.
The crust is just 10 pi.
Oh, okay.
Because it's 20
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
over 2. Well, he wanted us to write it
That's
out.
true.
And now I'm going to make this thickness a regular person size. Jake, stop. Jake, stop. Jacob. Oh.
Whoa, we pulled out the Jacob.
Okay, there you go.
There
He
we go.
said leave it, it answers it.
Oh my god. Can't
So
even-
numbers, and this actually I was
I
waiting
did that
for
one.
Connor to say, wait a minute, yesterday you told me to write my numbers as decimals.
Well, but pi is a constant.
So pi
And it's
is a
something
number,
everyone knows.
as opposed to cosine, sine, and tangent like we were talking about yesterday are functions.
Babies don't.
And if we're going to compare, leaving numbers in terms of pi is a really easy way to get to a nice comparison. So we say the goalie ate 50 pi units squared, and the crust was 10 pi just units, which we know is inches, right? So we could have went ahead and said
Now, if you
inches
want
squared.
to calculate the area of the crust, we're going to need a bit more information.
You are, whether it's a thick crust or, yes. So, Sonia, one of the, I don't know, the other players who's not the goalie, eats a 45-degree piece of a 16-inch pizza,
So this is a different pizza.
different pizza, so probably like large versus medium or
So
something
an
like
eighth-
that.
So 2 inches of the pizza. Wait, that's not how that works.
Well, how does it work?
Well, it's an eighth of the area of the 16-inch pizza.
Yeah.
How's it an eighth of the area?
Because 45 degrees is an eighth of 360.
Oh, so you're saying 45
360.
over 360.
Well,
is proportional to 1/8.
Yeah.
So
Or you
equivalent
could do
fractions.
It's 8
360 over 45.
It's eight pi.
How do we get 8? Write down something that supports this. And I think we got to Akshay right next, probably.
No, I don't
No,
want
wait.
You don't
16
want to.
times pi divided by 8.
Now make sure you
It's
label
eight.
it so we know what
Wait,
we're
it is
talking
two.
about.
I was right.
So wait, is that area or
That's
diameter?
area.
So let's go ahead and label it inches squared.
Wait a sec. Oh, Jake. Oh.
So what about the one
oh,
for the crust
Jake.
that she ate?
Yeah, you're right. That's the area.
There's no picture to go
The
with Sonya,
crust
by
is
the way.
2 pi because it's 16 times pi divided by 8.
Oh yeah,
So
because
it's
crust
2
is pi dough. If we have the diameter, we can just that times pi is the circumference. So 16 pi is the distance around the pi.
Yes.
And she eats
Yeah,
2
it's
pi.
very confusing that they did
inches.
pizza pies, you know?
So Sonya Sonya notices they are one slice away from success, right? They have one slice remaining before they've eaten all of the pizza.
I'm not
And
sure
it-
that's success.
I consider that. I consider when I eat all the pizza to be success.
I know.
So do-
I
Here's
consider
the okay. Here's why you guys can't be mad.
Wow.
Who in this room gets lunch for free?
Me.
Who in this room has
Wait,
to
you can
bring
get
their
free
lunch
candy.
or pay like $6 for their lunch?
Wait, it costs $6?
It's more expensive for teachers than it is for students, and that's
We get
when
a
you paid.
discount.
Like when you paid for lunch,
Yeah.
you had a price and we had a price, and we got the same food.
That's
So I stopped buying lunch in the cafeteria because I thought that was a ripoff because I work here. So it is
You also
100% a ripoff.
Well, you also get paid to be here.
Not much.
Well, it's more than what I make.
Yeah, but eventually you'll make way more than me. Don't you want to like go into engineering or something?
Yeah.
You'll make more than I make right now, 10 years into teaching, when you're in like your second year of engineering, probably.
Maybe.
My pay is public knowledge. I make about $70,000 a year. An engineer, normally starting salary is like $60,000 to $70,000.
That's some good money.
Yeah. And by the time you get there with inflation, you'll probably make more. Like you'll make more than 70 grand
Well, yeah,
probably
but
first
it'll
year
be
out.
worth about the same.
I like how you think.
Like,
What is it actually worth?
Inflation.
It's worth $1.
So hold up. This is not as nice of a number. Maybe I don't know. It's a 72.
That's a fifth.
Did you guys plan that?
No.
So if that's a fifth of our pizza, and it was from the goalie's pizza. What did we say the goalie's pizza? So the area of the goalie's pizza was
Oh, it's
100 pi.
Yeah.
So what's this area going to be here?
20 pounds.
20 pi
Inches squared.
inches squared. How much crust did she eat?
Wait, how much was the crust last time? It was 2 pounds. No.
No,
It's 4 pounds.
because this was how much the goalie had consumed, right? Not the
Yeah.
entire crust. There's our entire crust.
Yeah.
Okay. So vocab. Arcs are the crust. Sectors are the area of the slice.
Okay, I think the arc is going to be easy. to
So,
remember. I don't know.
Sector, slice, right? S and S, whatever, however you remember it. Arc is kind of not that hard to remember because an arc is not like a three-dimensional thing. It's just an arc, right? It's like a rainbow.
It's also like an arc is something we talked about.
That
a
one
lot.
is taking.
An
the
arc is
test.
also where apparently you can fit like a billion animals.
Ha, 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 ha.
You ever thought about the math of Noah's Ark? Like how big would it actually have to be?
Yeah,
see,
I think in the
that's
Bible it says how big it is.
number
It
one.
might. But
counter argument.
what units of measurement is it?
I don't remember.
Number one counter argument to
I think I read
Christianity.
that.
Noah's Ark.
Or they did not actually preserve each type of each animal, and really the flood was only in a portion of the earth.
There was a
and
flood. Wait, there was a flood?
well, that was the point of the story, is that there was a great flood coming, so he built the ark, and the flood happened, and it was
But
the
it
ark.
wasn't the whole world? that flooded?
That's the only So if you start arguing, could this all have happened? Could this story be real?
See, I don't know.
Could I just call my friend in the other part of the world and say, "Hey, is it flooded over there?" Like, no, right? So
Not back in
they would have had no
England.
way of knowing, was
Yeah.
the flood global or was it local? And by local, I mean still like a whole continent. That's local compared to the whole Earth.
Or
All right, we're getting
It
off
could
track.
have been made up. There are lots
You
of
are
different-
correct. It could be a fictional piece of text. So, we want a clean formula, as clean as we can get, to derive the arc length for any circle and the sector area for any circle.
360.
I think you guys should do this on graph paper so you end up each having it written down, so when you go to do your practice work, it is easier than it could be because you have your formula written down.
Wait,
Just my advice.
is this when we're given?
Given
we're
theta.
given R.
You're given theta and you're given R.
Okay. We're given theta?
Yes.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. Wait, no, it's not good.
Well,
We
theta
wanna
is
know
theta.
it's not
Don't specify theta. We want to create a general
good.
formula.
Yeah, for some reason I thought
Oh, yeah, I need to open graph paper.
open
Sesame.
paper.
You guys get the slices you need, and then I'll open some packs.
You mean the sectors?
I like what you did there. I got an open pack right here if you want.
Too late.
It's never too late, Jay.
I really want pizza now.
What did you order for lunch? Breakfast?
Yeah.
That's what everyone orders, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
and
whatever the thing that changes daily is better than the regular one.
How good is the spicy chicken?
the pizza is a dumpster fire.
I mean, have you ever seen a dumpster fire?
Dude, I once saw a car blow up.
So, true confession. True confession. I did not do this, but never light off fireworks and then immediately throw the box from the fireworks in the dumpster. Because what you do not realize is that box is very hot. And it might light a dumpster on fire.
Did you set a dumpster
He
fire?
said he
I
didn't
did
do
not
it.
do this.
Did your
Friends of mine in college
Oh. okay.
lit off some fireworks, and it was like one of those boxes where you light the fuse and it's like pew 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 pew, right? It like throws a bunch of them up,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Box fire.
they tossed the box in the dumpster and they ran because fireworks are probably going to attract attention, especially in Ohio. I mean, but then again, I don't know about your guys' neighborhoods, but people light
Dude.
off fireworks around here all the
4th
time.
of July, the entire month of July. there are
Honestly,
fireworks
it's so
going
annoying.
off.
I just hear
So
these
then-
random booms.
We got to see what happens when there is a dumpster fire, and the fire department, because it's a dumpster fire, uses the foam. So then they opened the door to the dumpster, and all that foam came out of the parking lot. It was really interesting.
So then,
Sounds
pumps the foam into the dumpster to put out
Well,
the
they
fire.
arced it in, but you don't necessarily use water because you're not sure what's in the dumpster and what could be. Like, 'cause water can sometimes exacerbate a fire.
Yeah, if there's certain chemicals.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know
Like,
what
don't
that
use
word
water
is.
on a kitchen fire.
Yeah, I know that one.
That is not safe.
And also, if you're on fire, don't soak yourself in water.
If you're on fire.
Like your clothes are on.
Connor's advice for if you're on fire.
Okay,
Alright, let's make a formula.
So
Have you ever
360
been
over
on fire before?
360 over 1
Connor
over
refuses to answer.
1 over. Wait, that really isn't nice. 1 over 360 over
Not
theta?
1. Wait, 1 over 360 over theta.
Yeah.
When you guys had, like, this is 72, or whatever.
Wait, you can just do theta over.
Are we doing area or
I'm gonna do
Arc.
the
arc or sector? Sorry.
arc first. Well, we need this for both, really, because it's like
Tell me what we're gonna do first.
we need to know what 360 over theta is,
Why?
because that's how much.
So, like, let's imagine if this is 72 degrees and you do 360 over theta, don't you get 5?
And then you 1/5. That's how much of it that is.
Do you want 360 over theta or do you want theta over 360?
Theta over 360.
Ah, so the portion of the circle that we're talking about
Yeah.
is theta, which looks like an Easter egg, over 360. Are we doing arc or sector? Let's just pick what we're doing first.
Let's do sector first.
Alright, sector. So we're talking area.
So it's that times 2 r pi, right?
Tell me. Sector's
Wait, we're doing area times r squared pi.
So this
Times pi r squared.
times r squared. I actually like what you said with r squared times pi, so we're gonna leave it in terms of pi. I don't mind writing the pi last. And if I'm going to calculate it in my calculator, I don't need to type in the pi. Right? Like, it's unnecessary. So really, pi over 360 times r squared. Or, I think I said pi
So
instead of theta.
it's really just theta over 360, and then you do the regular calculation. I think.
Oh, that's not very bad then. So, arc, is it similarly not difficult?
You mean easy?
Theta over 360, that's a bad word there, Connor.
It's just theta over 360.
No, it's
For the
theta
arc
over
length?
360
Oh, no.
times 2r pi.
We can actually clean this one up better. And actually, we can clean that one up better as well.
R squared theta times pi.
Yeah, theta r squared or r squared theta, right? We can combine these two. So whether you say theta r squared or r squared times theta, I don't really care what we say.
I'm gonna do theta r squared.
Over 360.
And then you can just put pi in. You don't have to put the times.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it in terms of pi, but we could also just put the pi in the numerator. Okay, we're gonna get our answer as a decimal. So if decimal, like if we are wanting a decimal answer, then we could say theta r squared pi over 360.
Oh, and if the theta is 1, then it's the regular equation.
If the theta is 1?
Oh,
Or
if the theta
radius
is
is 1.
360.
Wait, if the theta is 1 or the radius is 1? What are you talking about? If this is
If
1.
the theta is 360, it's the regular equation, pi r squared.
Oh, well, that would make sense because it's the whole circle, right? Because then our sector is the whole circle, or how much pizza I eat. No, I don't eat the whole pizza. That would not be healthy.
Well, okay, it depends
You
on
might
the size
rather eat
of
a
the
whole
pizza,
pizza.
right?
Yeah, I mean, Pizza Hut used to give the personal pan pizzas for the Book It program, where if you read 5 books, you get a free pizza.
I can do that.
I know, that's the only thing that made me read. It's also why I was probably an overweight child.
Children's books though? Like,
Well, no, they had to be from the Book It program, so it had to be from your grade level, and like your teachers would give you the stickers. It was very strict.
It's not like the Northwest Library one.
I have no idea what they do.
Oh, you
It's
know,
just like read for a certain amount of
Rusty
time.
Bucket?
yeah.
Things have gotten a little looser these days. Things were harder when I was a kid.
The Rusty Bucket one, if you read like 5 books or something, you get a free kids meal.
Can I do that? I love Rusty Bucket. Their chicken sandwich is great.
I don't think you can get that on the kids menu.
So if we clean all this up, 2 times theta times radius, or however, whatever order you want to put them in, all over 360. Oh wait, I think we can clean this up even more.
You can do 1 over. No, I don't think.
Wait. Well, and you can do the decimal thing again for the other one.
Sure,
I feel like
but-
we're talking about something else. Well, you don't need the little
Can't
dot.
you divide
You can
two?
make it 2 theta r.
So it can just be theta r over 180 times.
Ah, would this still be the same if we do theta times the radius over
Because it's-
180
True.
times pi?
So I was right. That's 12.
Let's go.
It looks like 4.
I know, right? Alright, sweet. So as long as we've got those formulas, I think our work should be less difficult now.
Well, like we kind of did these formulas pretty quickly in our heads.
But now it's formalized. And if you program your TI, now you can program your TI to say arc equals or sector equals and just do it for you if you plug in theta and radius. You what?
I said, did I have to get out my
Well, one of you left your calculator up here. So,
Oh, that's mine.
so question for you.
No. Correction.
Yoink.
Compare the arc length. Compare the arc length. Compare the arc length of these 2 circles. One with radius 3, one with radius 4.
That one's 5/3 as big as the other one. Because it's all multiplication. There's no like in the
They're all
there's no
similar.
there's no
And then the area of the
Yeah.
sector would be 5
yeah, because
squared.
they're all similar.
Five
You're
squared.
right.
Well, hold on. I don't think it asks us about the sector, at least not on what I can read for the screen. So the entire circumference of circle D would be 6 pi.
Yeah, sure.
So then
Maybe I
the
have 10 pi.
the arc length of that section, what's 30 out of
Is
360?
that half of pi?
So 30 out of 360 is 1/12.
Yeah. So it's a half of pi.
So 1/12 of 6 pi. So like 6 pi over 12, really, I guess we're saying.
So it's 1/2 pi. Or pi over 2.
Yeah, or pi over 2. Okay. And over here you said,
It's 10 pi over 12.
so 10 pi would be the whole thing. And then it's a 12th of it, so. 5/6
Yeah.
pi.
And you can turn the other one to 3/6,
Yeah.
which is a 5/3 relationship. So we were right.
So arc length compared to radius.
For circle D, the arc length is a sixth of the radius.
What is going on? This has to be the teaching team.
Oh,
Holy cow.
I thought you were talking about what's going on with the math.
That's what I thought. What happened?
Nothing, just the lunch text. 8th is at 12:20, but then also Mr. Beck confirming that we moved the cultural showcase.
Oh.
Is that today?
Huh? No, it's not going to be till February 25th.
Oh,
Because there's definitely plenty of time to do it this week, because we'll definitely be in school the next 2 days, because nothing special is happening.
no, we're getting a snow day.
Are you
So,
guys
wait.
doing anything?
So when our radius was 3, we ended up with 3/6 pi. When our radius was 5, we ended up with 5/6 pi. Is there another sort of like rule that we could create for the arc?
Radius divided by 6 pi.
Radius over 6 times pi?
What? Doesn't the over 6 come from?
Oh yeah, it does. Radius over theta over 360 times pi.
I feel like that's just a rearranging.
So if we're just thinking about these two circles, both of those ratios clean up to pi over 6.
Like if you were
If we did 3/6 pi compared to 3. Or 5/6 pi compared to 5. Right? Because what it's asking us,
it's the radius over the fraction of the circle, which is what we did earlier.
I agree. But if we're just trying to look at these two circles, and we say this compared to 3, this compared to 5, I think this cleans up to pi over 6. And this cleans up to pi over 6.
Yeah, it's because we have a nice angle like 30.
Yeah.
But wait,
But they're different circles and they're different arcs.
Yeah, but the angle is
no,
the same.
they're not. They're not really.
All circles are
It's just
similar.
The angle is the
Yeah.
Well, these lengths will be this different lengths, right?
Well, yeah, but they scale factor.
What do you mean?
They're similar. It's all circles. They're similar.
What?
That's
What?
what I've been saying.
Yeah.
But what? Like, I'm confused at why these are the same because they're not equal. I get that they're similar. Like, I agree with you. But okay, so pi
6
over
is the
6.
scale- Pi over 6 is the scale factor.
What do you mean?
No, pi over 6 is not the scale factor. The scale factor is 5/3, Jake, or 3/5.
What is pi over 6?
It's pi over the over the circumference.
So
No.
6 is
Yeah.
not the circle.
The 6 is
No,
not the circumference.
diameter. Whatever
It's not the diameter there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's 30 divided by 5. It's how many 30s go into 180? I'm just losing facts around.
Radius.
Is that how many radians there are? What's a radian?
Now, what is a radian?
Oh!
Is
It's
a radian.
it's the I know what it is. Especially with the over pi in the...
Be nice.
I remember figuring out a way to transform degrees into radians.
Yeah, you go in mode and then you go
Ha
down.
ha ha. No, I mean like a mathematical.
So, okay, wait, let's try this with a different angle. We
Pi
write
over
90 degrees, right?
180 over pi. That's... Is that a fourth? Is that 0? No, that's a half radian, right? That's 0.5.
Well, so we need to go back to that question of what is a radian?
There are 2 radians in a circle, I think. Is 180 degrees.
This is better if I show you the video because I can't bend things. Actually, I might be able to bend things, but
You said this also.
Yeah, he's.
what does radian sound very similar to?
Radius.
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 Okay.
Radon?
Radon?
Radon.
Radio?
Radium. Uranium. Wait, no.
Plutonium?
Lead.
It helps you.
Grammarly helps.
Nah, brilliant this time.
Grammarly. Brilliant.
Honey.
What?
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 Honey helps you save money.
Oh, yes. Yes, it does.
Spider-Man.
By searching for coupon codes and automatically.
I'm pretty sure this video is in Spanish.
What?
Dude, we know Spanish.
No, we don't.
Now that we take this length R and place it here at this point.
Why is my closed captioning in Spanish?
Be its center,
You can change
and let
it.
R be its radius.
Wow, this video is so...
Check it. We've got a circle, center O.
Dude.
I don't know why they like to use center O.
You can change it, you know.
I can also just turn this off.
Yes.
So, if we take the length of the radius and stand it up, we know that would be the same as right here. But, huh?
45 degree angle.
If we bend it around the circle,
Oh.
you're saying you think it makes a 45
No, that
degree?
doesn't. Because you bent it like a weirdo.
So, okay, you want to make a prediction of how many of these radiuses we could fit around the circle?
Pi.
Pi.
Wait, yeah,
That's
he's
diameter.
right.
That's diameter. 2 pi.
Oh, yeah, 2 pi, yeah.
Yeah, didn't you make us do something with our calculators that go along with it?
6.282. I can't. Because for addition of decimals, you gotta like go back.
Yeah, to go back.
So, when we open our circle 1 radian, that creates an arc length that is the length of the radius.
It's like an equilateral triangle if one of the sides was curved.
So what
Sure.
radians are stupid.
No. So, here's what's really nice about it.
What? Proof.
This and this have equal radians.
Well, they also have equal degrees.
Because that's why,
Yeah.
Captain Sassy Pants.
I still don't.
So why do you need
When we are scaling circles, as Akshay said, every circle is similar to every other circle. So we use radians, as everybody said.
I think I pointed to our shot. I was like, yeah, that's true.
So, any circle, no matter how large, if we know degrees, we can figure out the radians based off what conversion factor should we now then say. If you guys said that there's 2 pi radians around the circle, so 2 pi radians,
2 pi r squared.
Pi r squared.
what would we say that's equal to? If that's all the way around the
That's the
circle.
circumference.
360 degrees.
360 degrees. This is where we get our conversion factors of 180 degrees
And then divided by
is
6.
pi radians.
So if you divide
And then
a radian by
30 degrees is
180,
pi over 6
wait,
radians.
by 180 pi, you get a degree.
Sorry, ask that again because I could not hear you.
If you take a radian and you divided it by 180 pi, you get a degree.
180 pi.
Yeah.
What do you mean take a radian?
Like
Like if I tell you that we have arced 1 pi radians, what do you? I don't know what you're asking. That's 180 degrees,
I'm
right?
just asking, like, if you take a radian, could you just put it over 180 pi, and then does that just give you a degree?
I mean, we can use that as our conversion factor. So whether you're given a radian or given degrees, we can convert both ways, right? So if we use this as saying pi over 180, or you can say 180 over pi, we can convert either direction. So I think yes to your question, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, what's the use of a radian? It's not using a degree.
Because a radian is a standard measurement that doesn't care how big the circle is. So let's say you're designing a new fountain for a park, and you know it's gonna go in a spot like centered right here, and they want to know like the materials it will need to be built. You can give them the calculation radians and say, okay, however big you want to build it, plug in, and then you'll get the actual length. Because the radian length doesn't really tell us anything until we know what the radius is. So the reason we talk about radians, and we don't do a ton in radians.
So you can use radians to like transform a radius into like the circumference?
Yeah, and just say generically, however big we make this circle, if this much of the fountain is going to use this stone and that much is going to use that stone, or this is probably a bad example, bring up like a fountain, right? You can then say, okay, if the radius is 5, or if the radius is 10, or if the radius is 20, like then you can just calculate.
But I don't get why you can't just do that with normal like 2 pi r.
You can, but then you would have to recalculate. So you can. I'm not saying that you have to use radians necessarily, but it is a shortcut.
Hurting my brain.
It's a shortcut. Radians as a conversion factor or as a unit is just a shortcut. So let's say, like for example, here with this pizza. Sorry that we're still talking about pizza. My apologies.
It's okay.
If the circular pizza has a diameter of 14 inches and is cut into 10 congruent slices.
That's stupid. Why don't they put it to 8?
I mean, big pizzas sometimes you just cut into more slices because it makes sense.
That's what teachers do when we're watching a movie. They give us the smallest of slices.
And I bet you didn't even say thank you.
No, I did say thank you.
Just teasing. I know that you would be the person to say thank you. All right, what's the sector area of that slice?
Sector area?
Sector, right? The slice, the sector.
Oh, it's the.
Pi over 5 radians.
Doesn't radians deal with like arc length?
Yeah, that's the arc length. Pi over 5 radians.
But I'm talking about sector area
Talking about
here.
the sector here, Jay. So it's.
So what was our?
5 by 10.
We have our diameter, which really then means we have our radius too.
It's 14 pi over 10. It's 14 times pi. It's 7.
Wait, do we want to use diameter or use radius? Diameter and radius are not the same thing.
Well, like, whatever. We're trying to figure out this. Oh no.
Okay, back to the formula we
It's
just wrote down.
radius.
You should have it written down.
I forgot we were doing the area. It's 49 pi squared over 10.
49 pi.
Or, yeah, pi units squared over 10. Oh, yeah.
Over 10?
Yeah. Square, whatever, are they inches?
Yeah, units squared, inches squared. Yeah, it's inches. So, like 4.9 pi, I guess.
3.141. Just ignore the
All right.
159.
What's the area of that slice? That rectangular slice?
Well, we don't know anything about
Me
that.
neither.
It's got
Read
to
what's
be
highlighted.
congruent.
Square piece is 1 foot wide. And they're 8 congruent slices?
Same size.
So it's just an
But
It's not a
we,
square foot.
Yes, it is. There's a square pizza and it's 1 foot wide.
are we gonna be able to compare those pizza slices?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Choose a proportion.
Because we know roughly what pi equals.
What's our units over here?
Pi. Inches. Oh. Yeah, we need to do it in inches.
So we should probably work in inches over here.
Times 12. It's a fourth to 12 times a fourth to 12. You know? It's 9, I think. Yeah.
I think it's more than 9.
No, it's a
think
fourth
it's
to 12 times a
18.
half of 12.
I think it's 18.
Do we have any confirmation?
Yeah.
Oh, you have
I
your
think it's 24.
No, it's 18.
They checked out a calculator.
18
Oh,
inches.
'cause the
Well, I guess we should probably figure out what this is then. I know approximately it's going to be like 15, but let's try like at least do
I don't have a pie
3.14.
on my.
Well, you can use 3.14. That'll get us enough enough accuracy.
You don't have a pie?
I wish
You
I
don't
had
have
a
pie
pie.
in your little wrist rocket there?
Do you? You can't even use your
I
wrist.
don't even have a
Let's
I don't have a
Man,
calculator.
wrist rocket just makes me think of 007, where you could like shoot things out of it.
15.396.
15.39380.
All right,
Yeah, but I just
here-
didn't know before, so shut up.
Here is where we try to figure out the application. If that circular pizza slice costs $2, what's the fair price to charge for the rectangle? Like fair, right? So it needs to be proportional.
So 14 or 15.39380 over 2 equals.
So if you do that division, you're doing square inches divided by dollars.
Yeah, 6. So that
Wait, do we want to do inches per dollar, or would we rather do dollars per inch and squared, of course? So wait, what division do we want to do then?
I was gonna. Okay, so it would be 2 over 15.39380.
Yeah, we can go either direction, but I think doing 2 divided by, I think that's the easier direction. So go ahead and do 2 divided by your 15 whatever number, especially.
36 inches squared equals 15.39384x. So 36 divided by this.
Oh, you're trying to get the unit price per inch squared.
Alright, it's about 2. Okay, so the square pizza would cost $2.34 per slice.
Does that make sense how we got there?
Give me a second, I want to see if I can get there. Do I even have an answer on
What did you say, Jake?
2.34 a slice.
Yeah. Did you get 2.338?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You can charge a gas station also.
Okay, so let's think about Jets versus Domino's. All right, I guess Jets versus itself, because they do sell their pizza in circles as well. So if Tanya loves pizza crust,
Oh no.
what pizza should she ask for a slice from?
You want me to justify my answer completely? Okay, I got our answer.
Oh, no.
Tell us what the dimensions of the crust are, because for all we know, one of them is entirely crust, and the other one has no crust.
Let's assume that regardless of which pizza, the crust has the same thickness, like width of the pizza. So that's not like a good argument. We just need
So
to
it's just
compare it linearly.
Okay, well that one has 9 inches of crust on the corners.
Okay, so this would be 6. This would be 3.
Oh.
What is this? Well, we said 1/10 of.
It's a tenth of 2r pi.
So
So it's a tenth
14
of 14 pi.
pi over 10, so 1.4
1.4
pi, which is approximately what?
Nothing.
Approximately.
It's a lot less than the other one, though. Oh,
It's
yeah.
approximately 4.398229715.
We should also calculate for just a side.
Actually,
that's better than just a side piece.
The problem is,
But
does she get to specify that she wants the corner piece here? Because
that's
what would this length be?
That's only 3.
This is only 3.
So
and there's 4 corner pieces and 4 side pieces, so that average.
Ooh, I don't know if we want to average it because we're only ordering one slice. Average doesn't really come into play
So,
here.
the one on the left is a safer bet.
The one on the left is consistent,
To get more-
right?
It's consistent to be more than the lower value for the one on the right.
But it's 50-50 for the one on the right that you get a lot more.
Yeah, see, that's the
So you
thing.
get over double.
Or can we just like advocate for ourselves and ask, can I have a corner slice, please? Right? Like that.
Some people
That's what it
don't
comes
like
down to.
this talk.
Some people what? Don't want to
Don't
play
like
games?
to ask things.
Sometimes I feel that way too.
How could we change the square pizza to make it fair?
We can make it a circle.
Cut it
No,
into
it's a square
triangles.
pizza. Ah, cut it into triangles. Do we still have 8 slices?
Correct.
Would our crust now be equal?
Yeah. It'd just be 6 all the
Because
time.
each of these is a 45, 45, 90 triangle.
That's true.
And now
It's true.
red lines
It's
were actually the
true.
crust to get this one
Are
out.
we done? Yay, we're done!
We are done.
We also
Yay.
have 2 minutes left.
I'm sorry, we didn't go as fast as I thought.
Yeah, we never did. I think
We're slow.
we're so good. We just like bask in our glory.
I need to go for a walk real quick.
Oh yeah, get
Bye.
that cardio in.
Hey, Connor, you want to play a video game?
Is it a 2-minute video game?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's on top.
Yes.
I don't like that name.
You should play.
To be honest, I don't like the name either. Also, it's a very easy game.
Yeah, I saw Jake and Adam playing it.
It's fun.
It's not like it requires intense
It
skill
doesn't. It requires
or
no skill.
physical labor. So, like, it's pretty easy to be honest.
I think we need
Can we
an
play with audio?
No, yes, yes. Just do it the way I'm saying.
It's such a weird.
Am I blue?
Okay. He said 18. Oh no, he said 20.
I feel like the Erikies have a distinct advantage in this game. I don't know why I feel it. You want to try again as a firewall too? Did a back flip on this record.
Wait, do we leave at 18 or 20?
Oh, you just snapped your own head on the ground. Like that was a clean stab. I'm pinning you all the time.
Oh?
Well, this game isn't quite like wrestling because you can get pinned on your front. Where are we going?
Alright, I think 8th grade's women. Hey, you guys didn't say anything like really inappropriate, right? Or did you stop my recording?
You stopped your recording when you went to the YouTube.
Oh, bollocks.
So
I
you
didn't.
missed all that fun stuff of me just like,
No, we're still recording.
Oh.
oh.
I think. Yeah, it's still recording.